Hello, and welcome to this edition of The District. I am Joan Garner, your Fulton County Commissioner for District 6. An individual with a disability is defined by the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, as a person who has a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. A person who has a history or record of such an impairment, or a person who is perceived by others as having such an impairment. Under the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, people who have disabilities may not be excluded or segregated from services, be denied services, or otherwise be treated differently than other people. On today's show, we will be joined by Chris Brand, President and CEO of Friends of Disabled Adults and Children, FODAC, who will share with us how his organization enhances the quality of life for people of all ages who have any type of illness or physical disability. And Richard R. Mouzan, PhD, licensed psychologist at Upreach International, FODAC board member and client, will join us today to tell us about how he became involved with the Friends of Disabled Adults and Children. We have a great show planned. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the District. We have a great show planned for you today. I am Joan Garner, your Fulton County Commissioner for District 6. Joining us today is Chris Brand, President and CEO of Friends of Disabled Adults and Children, FODAC, who will share with us how his organization enhances the quality of life for people of all ages who have any type of illness or physical disability. Also joining us is Richard R. Mouzan, PhD, licensed psychologist at Upreach International, who became a FODAC board member and client. Chris Brand and Dr. Mouzan, welcome to the District.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
It's great to have you here today.
Yes, yes.
So Chris, let's start the conversation with you.
Sure.
Would you tell us what is FODAC and how long has FODAC been providing services?
Absolutely. FODAC is just the acronym for our full name, which is Friends of Disabled Adults and Children. And we've been in Atlanta serving many counties in Atlanta since 1986, so 27 years going on. And our main program has always been collecting and providing home medical equipment for people that are coming out of the hospital and needing to rehab at home, or maybe they have a disability that they need that equipment to stay independent and active. And that's the majority of what we do. It's a big refurbishing, recycling effort that spans much further than Atlanta now.
So I understand that FODAC operates as a green company.
Yes.
Would you please tell us, what does that mean?
Yes. Oh, we are such a great recycling of so many materials, not just plastics and other ways, which we do. Batteries, all these batteries that we are recycling many pounds of. But because of our programs, a lot of this equipment that would have no home to be matched up back to another user, it accumulates to about 200 pounds a year, 200,000 tons a year. 200 tons a year, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
Getting tons and pounds mixed up there, but it's huge at the amount of batteries and what we're providing out the front door to clients and to other nonprofits and to other agencies that are helping people with disabilities. It adds up tremendously. And then so, yeah, we try to not waste anything that comes into our funnel.
Well, what other types of services does FODAC offer?
Oh boy, we do a lot, and we have grown over the years. We are doing home modifications, vehicle lift installations and repairs. And the home mods, just that program is ramp building. We try to leverage government dollars for stair lifts and bathroom remodeling for people that can qualify for those funds. We try to assist with that. And then the vehicle mods are installing and doing repairs for scooter hitch lifts and van lifts to keep people independent out in the community. And then the durable medical equipment program are our three largest, but we also do repairs for whether anyone has gotten a wheelchair or an item from us, we can do it at very, very low cost because of all the parts we have in our facility. And it's not just a small facility, it's a 65,000 square foot building dedicated to this effort, the wheelchair shops, a thrift store on site, administrative, and a huge warehouse that we can constantly accept large cache of equipment from DME suppliers, vendors, individuals, hospitals. And then the other programs would be medical supplies that we provide directly to individuals who request them, colostomy, catheters, wound care. But we also have so much of that, we push that to local free clinics in Atlanta and all around the region. And in disaster relief, we do a lot of efforts with manufacturer relationships that we have, and then other disability groups that we've developed a network with over the years. So we can push, like we have been, to Oklahoma, wheelchairs, all kinds of things, hospital beds, nebulizers, CPAPs. In New Jersey, a lot went up there just recently, and those are ongoing efforts that we're part of.
Well, that's a lot. Thank you so much, Chris. Dr. Mouzan,
Yes.
welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us here.
Would you please tell us how you became involved with FODAC and what is your current role there?
Okay. Currently, I'm a board member, and I'm really excited about being on the board with FODAC. When I first went there, it was when I graduated with my PhD from Georgia State University, and I had $200 to my name and a credit card, and my wheelchair was broken. We do weight shifts so that I can keep my skin in tone, and my wheelchair at the time couldn't do this. They call it tilt in space, which is really important. And that function is quite expensive. And so it was broken, and I was having a difficult time doing weight shifts, and I didn't have the money to go and get it repaired. And so someone told me about FODAC. I think I was at Shepherd Spinal Center, and they told me about FODAC. And I went out there expecting to have to pay a lot of money to get my wheelchair fixed. And I met the founder at that time. His name was Ed Butchert, and they call him Santa Claus. But so what he did is he had someone lift me out of my chair, put me in another chair while the guys fixed my chair. And so when it was all over and he'd shown me the Santa room and all at FODAC, which is still there, I said, "How much do I owe you?" And I was praying that it was not over the $200 that I had. And he said, "Don't worry about it. Everything's okay. Just help someone else." And it really touched me because it was at a time when I needed that service badly. And really, even though I like to pay as I go, I wasn't in a good shape to do that. And so from then on, I said, I've got to stick around with this organization. When I had a chance to be on the board, I grabbed it up quickly and was excited working with Chris and the rest of the great board members they have at FODAC.
Thank you for sharing that story. It's very inspiring. So that leads me to my next question. How does Fulton County residents benefit from FODAC services?
Well, we have a relationship with Grady Hospital where we provide a lot of durable medical equipment. While Chris was talking about some of the equipment that we refurbish and all, this is top-notch wheelchairs and wheelchairs, scooters, walkers. All of it looks like new. We have a room over where we sanitize the equipment and make it look new, and it's just really great equipment. And so we do that at Grady. We do some of the same things at Shepherd Spinal Center, and of course, citizens of Fulton County often come to our facility, and we come to their homes and do a lot of the things that Chris talked about, like ramps for champs and making it accessible for them and their families to get in and out of the home and assist the person with the disability.
And what type of equipment does FODAC offer?
Oh man, all kinds of equipment. Chris has told you about helping individuals with their lifts and that sort of thing when they want to have a van that they can get around town with. But we also do all types of wheelchairs, both manual, electric, shower chairs, potty chairs. We have walkers, rollers, anything that you would need, even
pediatric.
supplies. Yeah, and
Sounds like a
Pediatric
lot.
too.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. When we return, we will continue our discussion with Chris Brand and Dr. Mouzan about Friends of Disabled Adults and Children, FODAC. You are watching The District. Stay tuned. There's more to come. Welcome back to the district, everyone. I am Joan Garner, your Fulton County Commissioner for District 6. If you just tuned into the show, Chris Brand, President and CEO of Friends of Disabled Adults and Children, FODAC, is sharing with us how his organization enhances the quality of life for people of all ages who have any type of illness or physical disability. And Richard R. Mouzan, PhD, licensed psychologist at Upreach International, FODAC board member and past chair, and client, is sharing his involvement with FODAC. Chris and Dr. Mouzan, welcome back.
thank you.
Thank you.
Before the break, you were telling us about the type of equipment people can get from FODAC. What does it take to qualify for that equipment, and how does a qualified applicant actually receive the equipment?
Sure, absolutely. There are a number of ways that we get the equipment to the community, and people can directly access, request it from us, and they can email us from our website or call our main number. We'd recommend that first, just because sometimes there are short waiting periods for certain items that are not as commonly donated, and some are always available, like hospital beds. But there's a one-time $25 fee if you haven't been entered into our system in the past that we put in place last year, and it gives some people some buy-in to the program and what they're receiving, and it helps us with sustainability. And so we also have other partnerships, like with Grady, that we're expanding with other nonprofits who are willing to pick up the equipment on behalf of someone who needs it and get it to their location, because mobility is the problem in the first place. You know, that's why they need our equipment, is to get mobile and active again. So we're open for loved ones or family members to come pick it up on behalf of someone. There's very little red tape to get the access to the equipment, because we really know we're a needs-based organization. We try to make medical issues more urgent and more of a priority, but it's really needs-based. And you don't have to financially qualify with your show any background, because there's really people who are finding themselves in hardship. Their financial records may not show that, but they're in a new injury or a new life change. And so we understand that, and so we just want to help get that equipment back in the hands of people.
Chris, thank you for that. Dr. Mouzan, would you tell us about the problems people may have accessing the FODAC services?
Okay. You know, there have been some government budget cuts and that sort of thing, and people don't have insurance, and they might not have access to it. And so one of the things that we want to do is make it so that they can come in. One of the things that I really enjoy about FODAC is that what Chris talked about is that you don't have to worry about income and that sort of thing. If you need the service, you come in and you ask for it. In most things, we're able to accommodate people right away. One of the things that Chris was and I were talking about before the show is that just how when you do something for one person with a disability, how it frees up the family and how it sets that person up to be more independent and to reach his potential or her potential, and then they go on to help other people. And I think that I'm a case in point. You know, I'm an example of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Great. Chris, that leads me to my next question, which is how does FODAC fund its projects if the equipment is free and you only are charging a one-time $25 registration fee for the equipment? How do you get your funding?
That's a good question. Well, the county is a huge help as the county has resources to us and has been a huge blessing to us, Fulton County, and only one other county, DeKalb. So we have very little overall government funding, like 20% out of it, and so 80% of our budget we have to raise every year. And that comes from the thrift store. Donations from the general public are sold on site. Everything household and is sold in that arm, and everything medical is provided to the community, you know, part of our mission. And then we have special events throughout the year, and golf coming up in this fall, and breakfast with Santa to honor our founder, which is a lot of fun, in December. And then it's individuals and organizations and corporations helping us out.
And the grants that y'all have given us over the years. We want to really thank you for, you know, for what you've done to help us in that regard. That's been really helpful to us.
Extremely.
Well, you're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. So tell us about the FODAC thrift store. Where is it located, and what type of merchandise is sold there?
It's huge. We renovated it with some capital funding, one-time funding, and it is beautiful and huge and has all kinds of everything you can imagine. Furniture, there's computers in there that are very low price for people with disabilities and low income. So laptops and computers have been Microsoft refurbished by people with disabilities at our facility. And but there's furniture and clothing, and it's a little bit off the beaten path, but it's right up between Tucker and Stone Mountain, off Mountain Industrial and Lewis Road. So we would love for people to come out and pick some time to help us directly with our mission. So many stores only give a fraction of the proceeds to the organization that they're trying to help, but ours is truly, many groups with disabilities help us also volunteer and sort and process that material in the store and all around the building. It's a great place.
Good. So how can people and businesses get involved with FODAC?
Oh, that's a great question. There are new hospital partnerships we're trying to develop that we meet an urgent need as the healthcare industry has changed more with outcomes and metrics and getting people home safely. That's why Grady has been a great partner with us. They understand that, and that's why they're a great partner with us, Shepherd as well. So hospitals can partner with us closer. The equipment drive, churches could have an equipment drive. It creates so much awareness both for people who need it and people that have the equipment left over around the house that could get it into our system to make it available. So those are just a couple of ways other than volunteering, donating to the thrift store. So shopping or donating, and yes.
So, as we bring this segment of the show to a close, could you please share with us how our viewers can contact FODAC?
Absolutely. It's easiest information is on our website. It's www.fodac.org, and there's a wealth of information there, and people can put requests in. And we get stories every week of just people's world are upside down, and they need all the things we provide. And so it's a great resource what we're doing. And our number 770-491-9014, and we have an 800 number that I can't rattle off that fast, but the local number should work, and in Atlanta. So
and is there any other information that I haven't asked you that you'd like to share with our audience today?
Well, I
think that
touched on everything.
Yeah, and I think that those of your listeners who have an opportunity to come out to FODAC, come out and see what we have. You'll be pleasantly surprised with our facility and with the pleasantness of our staff and volunteers. And I think they will enjoy coming to FODAC and in receiving the services that we have there.
Well, this has been very enlightening information. Chris Brand and Dr. Mouzan, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
We really appreciate your services.
Thank you.
Yes. When we return, I will share my closing thoughts. We'll be right back. welcome back to the district. I am Joan Garner, your Fulton County Commissioner for District 6. Today, Chris Brand, President and CEO of Friends of Disabled Adults and Children, FODAC, shared with us how his organization enhances the quality of life for people of all ages who have any type of illness or physical disability. And Richard R. Mouzan, PhD, licensed psychologist at Upreach International, FODAC board member and client, shared his experience and involvement with FODAC. Friends of Disabled Adults and Children's mission is to provide durable medical equipment such as wheelchairs and hospital beds at little or no cost to the disabled and their families. FODAC seeks to enhance the quality of life for people of all ages who have any type of illness or physical disability. Since 1986, FODAC has collected and distributed more than 29,000 wheelchairs. FODAC provides over $9 million each year in equipment and services to the community at little or no cost to the recipients. FODAC is a 501c3 and does not have direct funding from Medicare, Medicaid for services they offer to the disabled citizens and their families. Every year, FODAC helps thousands of disabled adults and children in need who are uninsured or underinsured. While the specific needs of each individual vary, one thing remains constant. FODAC could not do it without your help. I want to thank my guests for the helpful information they provided us today, and thank you for joining us on The District. That's our show for today. Feel free to contact my District 6 office anytime by calling us at 404-612-8226. You can email us at district6@fultoncountyga.gov, tweet with us at ComJoanGarner, and of course, friend us on Facebook. Until we meet again, I am your District 6 Fulton County Commissioner, Joan Garner. Thanks for watching The District.